Alright, welcome back to episode 82. Let's play Factorio with brightblade. I had some problems with my old microphone, so I've got I got all the way up to episode 96, and then realized that this episode had no sound in it. So I had to come back and re-record. I'm going to have to re-record all these videos. But since everything's done, I can just kind of explain everything to you guys. And we can go from there. I mean, if somebody really wants to see how this was built, or just wants the, what do you call it, the blueprints for them, I can always figure out a way to get blueprints. But anyway, what I started with is I started with the copper lines, which as you can see are pretty empty right now. We can probably get another copper train in here if we really wanted to. I think there's one right here, yeah. So let's just bring that copper train over. It's probably not completely full. We're going to be working on the copper here in a couple episodes, but I thought I'd just show you. Okay, so we got copper here for unloading, green chips here, and plastic. And let's actually go out onto the map view and come in. This will be a lot easier to see. I don't have no radar over here, so you can't really see these ones. I did come over here and start dropping some mods in here to start getting things running. I think I've even got, there's one up here somewhere where I've got the whole set. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them here just to try and get them running faster, because right now we're not getting enough throughput on the red chips because of the other stuff. I think we're actually gonna have to walk down to the exit side here to show you the exit. But basically what I did here, I kind of thought about this. I'm sure other people have done this, and I probably stole the idea from somebody else, not even realizing it. But we have a unit here that makes the copper wire, and then we have a red chip and another copper wire, and we just repeated that pattern. And the reds are sticking them out onto the center belt where our red chips go, and our stack inserters are feeding us the green chips and the plastic, which one step, as you see, was, you know, it's coming in pretty fast, and these guys can keep right up with them. So I'm not real worried about it. If we can get the copper flow going, we can get these guys really boogieing. So let's just take a look down here. I mean, everything is coming through super slow. I originally had this set up where it come through and it went, I think it went to this one and then through this into this one, which was extremely slow. I'm just looking to see where these trains are going. Those are the ones that go to the base. And this one's actually going to go to our next stop. So let's just take this train over. So the next thing I had done at that time was working on the mods. So we start making modules. I actually have not done this yet. My plan is to extend this track from here straight down so that we can go right down to the module area. Let's see, I'm just kind of looking at my thing and kind of checking things off on my list. Okay, we're skipping one or two things, but we'll come back to them at a later point. Alright, so we're almost there. This is one of the reasons I want to make that connection track in there. Alright, so I think we got to go down this track a little ways, then we make a small bend and we're over to where the modules are. Alright, so here's our module area, our unloading area anyway. Let's get to the train before it takes us with it. We got the green chips here. The red chips in the middle and the blue chips at the bottom. Right now blue is running extremely sad because we don't have enough red coming into there. But what I did is I actually worked backwards when I built these. Try not to ride down the belt. Now the only problem is we cannot put any modules in here to help make more modules, but I'm pretty sure we can put a speed unit in the beacons. So we're actually going to increase the size of this one here. It just hasn't happened yet. As you can see, we do have some blue chips in here, and we got quite a bit of level 2s, but what I kind of decided what I wanted just to start, I mean, like I said, this is probably going to go bigger, is we wanted 8 of the level 3s. And what I found is that I needed a mess of, what do you got, 1, 2, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. I think I got 18, so there's 36 of the level 2s coming through. Right now, level 2s are obviously out of blue chips, so they can't make any level 2s to make level 3s. And then we got our level 1s, which we actually have 36 of these as well. This may end up getting expanded at some point, because when the blue chips come pouring in here, this line on either side that comes here and then comes back up here, which, let's see if we can get down here, I'll show you. I just merged the two lines together right here, and it comes up and goes into the level 2s. And if we go over here, speed modules are exactly the same. Other than that they're speed modules, there's no difference. And we'll just grab whatever's left of these speed modules. There's only one at the moment, and that's because we're out of blue in the level 2s. And our level 1s are totally full, as you can see. And there is no actual output. This is the output here, and there's an output over here, and that is it. I'm thinking about bringing another train in here somewhere, because right now we got the stone here, and I don't want to kill this stone if I can help it. If we have to, we'll bring another one down here, and then we'll ship the mods down to the base, and then we can pick them up from there. Because I didn't. Okay, and then see, the next thing I did, we're just gonna kind of skip around here on some of this stuff. So I did a bunch of work over at the plastic refinery. We'll go over there after that, but that is allowing this. These ones here, these 4 you see right here, are actually for loading a second train. These will be the ones that will go to the base. We won't need a lot of them in the base, because I don't think actually there's not much that really but what I just did, all I did is just I think if I remember correctly, this is Catherine Sky's design. She puts the pipes in the middle, and we got 4 sets of units here, and then what I've got is we're pulling the, let's see, what is this? This is red. So the red chips are getting pulled in right here through these undergrounds, and then the blue chips go out there, and then we got one sitting down here in the middle picking up the green chips, and it's just the opposite on the other side. We're just got one sitting in the middle to pick up the red chips. And then of course we got our red chips and our green, and we've got our acid train. So since our next part of the, I guess I call it, it'd be I screwed up tour, we're going to go over to plastic acid loading. And we got plenty of time to get this done, so we might as well go over there. We're actually killing a lot of videos that I made out. Like I said, I was up to 96, and we're probably going to be taking all 96 of these into one video, because I'm not actually having to build these. And the worst thing is most of our time spent is riding the train. and we have not touched iron at all. It's still running really well. I did put a parking area in for iron, but we'll take a look at that when we go to upgrade iron. So we're going about center and up to the middle of the map here. So yeah, here's our plastic. You've seen the plastic before, I believe. You can see I put plenty of parking in here, and the acid train is rolling in here. So let's go ahead and leave this here for now. I think we did plastic before. This line's here. We're just trying to clean them out, get rid of them. So I'm just letting them burn themselves out. But what I used for to make the acid is we're just doing the what do you call this? The sulfur. We're doing one on each side. Pretty much the same idea as we're doing with the reds, except for it's the sulfur and then the sulfur acid here, and then our plates come in on the outside. And then we had I believe we had all this already with all the plastic. Now we got 4 lanes of it. Once this gets cleared out here, I'm going to clear some of this stuff out down here, and we will continue with these lanes right down to here. This below us is our original base for making all the simple stuff, I guess you want to call it, for pretty much all the refining. So that's our original refinery. I do believe that is. Yeah, that's our original refinery, because our other refinery is out here. So, I had come over here, and I obviously I'd run out of room up over here. If you, I need to zoom in so I can see where I'm at. There I am. We come up over here, past all this parking. I put the iron plate in here so we could get that. We actually, if we look at this, where is it right here? We right now have 1.2 million petroleum stored here. There's more petroleum up at the main area, the refinery. So we're doing pretty good at that. Then I came down here, and let's see, where's I want to kind of get both these in the shot if I can. This is our old acid refinery. That's going to get tore down at some point, and we'll have everything set up down here to take oil up to the base. We're just trying to get rid of this copper patch, and then this huge iron patch. Well, we were running low on iron at the iron foundry, or whatever you want to call it, making iron plates. So I set this up, and I think we got 2 trains coming in here and 1 into copper. So that's been working out really well. So nothing really that got fancily built. I mean, I don't even know what we got here for, where do we got a wire? I'm looking to see where there's a wire hooked to a pole. Okay, so we go up here, I think, yeah, right there. So our green wire on the network, we got 796,000 gallons of battery of acid. So we've got quite a bit of acid in there. So I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. I'm just looking at the rest of my. Okay. Just in case I didn't show you this, I'm gonna go up there. I didn't feel like going back and looking through like half a dozen videos, but this is our easy way down to the next spot anyway. So this train's just sitting here. I was using it for to get here one day. Of course, we had all that coal already set up. We're going to tap this copper at some point. I don't know when, but at some point we will be tapping it. Okay, now if I didn't show you this before, this is, what are we, oh, we're taking some of the modules and putting them in, I think, or something. Put something in anyway. We have, what is it, I think 9 rows of, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, that's kind of a mess through here, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got 9 rows of regular refineries, and then we have 1 full row of 10 that is doing the coal liquefaction. And so that is getting us a lot of stuff. And then I added this. As you can see, this isn't even working right now. I've got this pump here set, so there has to be more than 1,000. But there is more than 1,000. Okay, what is going on to it? Did I put the greater than and less than sign the wrong way? Oh, it's set to 10K, but even still, I think we got more than 10K in there, don't we? Yeah, we got 347. So for whatever reason, this pump is not turning on. Oh, we're not getting, for some reason we don't, even though these are full, how in the world is that doing that? Oh, I see. We're making stuff for coal liquefaction, but we're not, for whatever reason, we are not kicking it out. So maybe that was a good thing that I missed out on this mess, huh? Okay, and then we need one right there. Okay, so that'll get our pump going, and then we'll make more of the yellow, which will turn all the light oil ones on. I don't know how I did that one. That's a good one. And of course we got our steam generators right here, picking off the coal so that we can do the coal liquefaction. And let's see, that's not what we're waiting for. Let's see, where's the other one? That's that. We don't want that one. Is the other train right up above us? Yes, it is. So we're going to push this train back down to northeast. We're quite full on oil. I kind of got this set up kind of like as a dual oil system here. If we look, we have 396K of crude oil, and these crude oil tanks are full. So we're going to jump in this train. I do believe this one takes us, yeah, to Oil Southeast 1. So I believe in one of the other videos, we set up Southeast 1. But I do not think we had any of this set up at the end of the video. I do remember somebody telling me that I didn't have the pipes hooked up all the way, and I had some small mistakes, so those have been fixed as far as I can tell. It looks like everything's pumping down here, so we're going to get down to there. Wow, we still got plenty of time in this video. I just feel like I'm skipping so far ahead because we've gotten all this stuff done. Like I said, my microphone just caused me a lot of problems and wasn't working right. So anyway, we're coming up into we'll come up in here. And this is our loading area right here. I used pretty much my standard idea of 3 pumps in, and then I kind of set these up so that there was enough tanks. And what do we got here? We got 422K. So we got quite a bit of oil coming in. But I had actually gone through all these, and right now none of them are working at all, so I can't tell if any of them are disconnected or not. I did take a look at it and it didn't look like they were disconnected when they were running. So yeah, this set right here, do we have a, I think this might have been what they were talking about. No, we have a connection. So I think we are connected. If you guys see something I don't see, let me know and I'll come back over here and fix this. I'm just looking to see what else we haven't done. I just want to get caught up in this video and then start making new ones, because there's a lot to be made. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have no problem explaining things or coming back to this and doing another separate video. You know, explaining what I did here when I built this. But that's kind of our upgrade to our oil refinery, so we got a lot of extra oil. So since the base is right up here, we'll go back up to the base and we're going to run out to where we have nuclear running. And that'll actually be kind of the end of our short tour here. We do actually have, I changed this unit over to set up to running blue coming in. And I don't know if I had a video showing this. I just changed this so it was going straight out. This is just here for now because I haven't tore it out yet. But we will have one more in there, if not two more units, plus we can put units on top. The base really hasn't changed much. I kind of let it stagnate a little bit. So I think we've had this belt coming up from down below. That's and we've had all this stuff. These two trains have been added. I will explain them here in just a few minutes. But we had all our things, our units of these centrifuges. We had them on both sides, and we had a huge line coming across, and it was filling everything up. Okay, so what I ended up doing is, okay, if we look in the box here, we've only got 6 of these here. But I've got extra here. I fed it earlier. But what these are set up so that if there's more than 40, I think is it 40 or is it 45? We got them set to 45. So if there's more than 45 in here, it kicks them up here onto the belt and into here. This has to have, I think, 45 as well. No, 50 actually. I did that a little bit more so we had that extra so that we can still feed these 2 centrifuges. Technically, we didn't need this part of the line, but and then this one here, yeah, if there's more than 40 here, it'll automatically kick them in here, but it's got to get 40 into here. So what this does, okay, if it kicks them into this unit, they come across over here through the balancer and up here and up here to make the rods. Now, if we have more than 2 in here, that means this spot here is full. So we start kicking them out right here. We also have this guy here. If you see all these decider combinators, what I did, I'll show you, is we just said if anything is greater than 4. So in other words, if any one of these squares has more than 4, and they're set on hold for read. We set them to read contents. We don't enable or disable, and we're set to hold, which means it holds the count. So right now there's only enough in there to not. Well, actually, one of them is full. As you see, it's kicking them out here and kicking them down this belt, and over here it's kicking them down these ones that we have extra down this belt. And right now these trains are just sitting here filling up. I mean, as you can see, we're getting full here. We're actually going to have to probably move this train and put a second train in to fill up. But what we're going to do is at some point, I don't have it built yet, but at some point we will be using all this to make, let's see where we got it here. I think it's under military. We're going to be making the uranium shells. So we'll have a whole base just bringing in, you know, a mess load of iron, and then we'll have copper and steel coming in there. And then we'll have, you know, those three plus the dark green uranium to be making the shells. And then we also have other things that I've been making. I don't know if we'll make the cannon shells or not. We can, if we decide we want to use them. But my big thing is I like using the rockets. We're going to have to, we have explosives being made right now, but there's only a single unit of explosives. So that's what the uranium's going to be for. And we'll be using that in the processing units to make the atomic bombs. And I tell you, it cleans out the biters so much faster. And with this Corvec process, we're getting so much extra. Actually, if you look right now, we got one shut down. This doesn't usually happen, but once in a while, we'll get just, stuff gets hung up like over here. Like, yeah, there's 43 here. Technically, I kicked that in there like that. But what would happen is this one would finish, kick it up through the belt and up to this one, and then it would have sucked in all those Corvex pieces, but then there still would have been 40 left right here while it's waiting for this. And as you see, here's our Corvex going, and plus we're getting the extras coming out. I don't know why this one's actually pulling out of here, but it does for whatever reason. But everything seems to work now. The only thing I got to worry about is filling up this line. But that pretty much brings us up to speed. I had a lot of videos where it took, you know, 2 or 3 videos to build something, and I think I'm going to start kind of, you know, not really pre-building, but you know, maybe build stuff and then make blueprints out of them, and then tear everything down when I go to show you guys how I'm doing stuff. Because yeah, this is going to work good, I think. We may end up having to put a parking area in here, because at some point we're going to end up with a lot of this other stuff coming in here, or we may have to extend this whole unit so that we can get 4 trains with 4 in them. But for right now, we're getting more than enough coming through here. So yeah, we're right near the limits. So I will see you guys in the next video, and we'll actually be building stuff from scratch again. But like I said, I think I'm gonna try and have stuff set up and already in my backpack and be ready to build. So I will see you guys in the next video.